Hi, and welcome to Creating the Cool. In today's episode of Creating the Cool, we're going to be looking at rhythm. Rhythm is the single most important element of any jazz solo, period. I know a lot of people talk about note choice, scales, arpeggios, chord substitutions, but there's an old saying in music, the right note in the wrong place is still a wrong note. So rhythm is paramount to making your solo sound amazing. This episode is geared not only to learners, but also to educators who might want some exercises they can use with their students. When I teach jazz improv, one of the big things that I stress is using a rhythm that you could notate. Until you have a really strong grasp of playing, rhythm, and music, playing arrhythmic figures or wild rhythms that are uncontrolled generally sounds unorganized, and it's pretty obvious to the listener that you're not really in control of your solo. I like to break rhythms down into small pieces. Generally, I start with just 2 beats, and we can divide that beat up into a series of rhythmic passages. Although it might seem like you won't have much fun soloing with only these select rhythms, you'll find that most of these will create excellent melodic passages. The nice thing about these 2-beat long rhythmic patterns is they can be combined to create more complex rhythms. You can also take these rhythms and you can displace them, meaning you move them to a different beat in the measure. So a quarter note that was on 1 could easily be on beat 2, beat 3, beat 4, and so on. And again, this creates enough rhythmic variety to create a fairly excellent solo, again using only these small tools. Now that you've seen these rhythmic passages, we're going to use them as the basis for creating simple solos. For educators, this is a great exercise to use with your students. If you give them some simple parameters about what key you're in and which notes you're going to play, it's easy for them to copy these rhythms by ear, which will make them stronger musicians at the end of the day. Besides, the point of transcribing any solo is to learn the style, the articulation, and the rhythm, not necessarily the notes. To begin this exercise, we're going to use a simple 12-bar blues. A blues tune or a modal composition works great for this exercise because we don't have to worry so much about changing scales and notes as every time the harmony changes. This would be more difficult to do on a jazz standard since it would be hard for the students to echo back what we're about to play. So to begin with, we'll establish the key, and in this case we're going to be in concert B flat. I will begin by playing a simple rhythm in the first measure, and this is where your students or yourself will answer it back in the next measure. So it'll become a call and response. Once the students have picked up that rhythm and can play it back accurately, then we can move on to a new rhythm and keep adding rhythms until it becomes rather complex. To make this exercise a little bit more impactful for advanced students, you can also begin to change notes from just concert B flat to give them not only the challenge of listening to the rhythms, but also figuring out which pitches you're playing. So now that we've established the ground rules, I'm going to take you through a typical version of this exercise. In addition to answering all of these rhythms as a call and response, you can actually improvise your own response to the lick that I played in the first measure. This is a good exercise to help your students expand on their improvisational vocabulary. Remember, this is all about fun, and if the students play a note wrong or a rhythm wrong, just play it again and have them repeat it back. I hope you've enjoyed watching this episode of Creating the Cool. If you enjoy the content, please subscribe to the channel and let me know what you think in the comments below. If you're interested in some saxophone quartet music, check out my new album, The Max Quartet, available on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, and wherever else you stream your music. If you'd like to purchase a copy, you can go to my Bandcamp website, larsenjazz.bandcamp.com, and you can pick up a copy there. Again, I hope you enjoyed watching, and thanks for tuning in.